Heathrow. It is Sunday morning because we are coming to collect WEEMS.
I don't have that energy.
Yeah, we have been reflecting on this, largely with the introductions to our channels. That's the thing that we've reflected on.
It's very different.
As Joe always largely introduces our channel with, hello folks, welcome back to the channel, sort of calm, invite you in, let's have a look at what we've been doing. And WEEMS is very much, welcome to WEEMS Motor Co! And he has so much energy, and we don't. But we are at Heathrow.
We're enjoying airport traffic. This is lovely.
Oh yeah, we've been sat for ages. But I'm going to pan around actually because there's a stationary aeroplane there with some wildlife.
Proof that we're at the airport.
Yeah, proof that we're at the airport. There you go. What else do you want? I tried to get footage of some aeroplanes landing, but I don't know how well that turned out. But yeah, we're just queuing to get on the short stay car park, and then we can go and collect WEEM 1 and WEEM 2.
Oh, I can't call them WEEM. You'll lose his mind.
Get our collection of WEEMs from the airport.
For you?
What's up, guys?
Are you having a good time?
No. I'm having a great time. To Douglas. See it all of it, yeah.
So we were worried sick about it. It's the longest trip he's had on his own. Oh, retard ignition a bit.
Way off the side.
Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. I wasn't going to record any of this, but it has turned into a massive distraction from Wreck-It Ren's Royal Enfield that's behind me that we're rebuilding, and the 350 Bullet that we're also doing. I'm currently recommissioning a bike that I built 20 years ago, 20 years ago, for a friend that's going to turn up in September, and it's into a slightly bigger task than I thought it was going to. It's been off the road for at least 8 years that I know of. It belongs to my dad, and he stopped using it because he had a knee replacement, can't kickstart it. Now he has kept it in really good condition cosmetically and overall, but it has been stood dormant. So the first task, we always knew that the carburetor wasn't going to be happy. Turns out the slide is worn out, but the body is okay. So rather than buy a carburetor or invest a load of money into it, I've got boxes and boxes of just random AML parts. I thought, well, I got the ultrasonic cleaner out and I'm doing the carburetors for the two Enfields, get my old man to pull the carburetor off the BSA and let's have a look at it. So we've done that. I started doing it offline because I wasn't going to film any of this, as I said, and then managed to get it in ultrasonic cleaner. One thing I can say is that did a fantastic job of cleaning all the galleries out. The pilot circuit on this carburetor is notorious for blocking up and also notoriously difficult to unblock, and this thing has done an absolute gem of sorting that out. So the carburetor is looking really, really good. I'm really happy with it. But one thing I did want to point out, which is what's triggered me to pick the camera up, is the bowl on these AML carburetors. I've done a couple now. I did both of the ones that were on the T140 and I'm now doing this one. I don't know whether it's reusing the gaskets or whether it's the fact that the bowl fixings have been replaced with cap screws so you can get a little bit more torque on them, or what's going on, but people seem to really wang these things up and properly distort them. They can suffer actually with, if you bolt them to the cylinder head too tight, you distort the body, you can destroy the carburetor. So please don't wang on these things. They don't need it. If they're leaking, the gaskets had it. That's simple. So I've now got it on a flat surface, a reasonably flat surface. I'm just figure of 8, just dressing the face of this bowl to try and square it up again because there was a lot of rock. I'll show you that if I can, and I've just done a pass on it actually, and then you can see where the high spots are. So here is the bowl after it's been out of the ultrasonic cleaner. You can see it has cleaned up very well, but hopefully I've just done a couple of passes on this and you can see right on those very edges, those little shiny parts, and that is where it's high because it's been pulled up that tight, the arc in the bowl now. So yeah, I'm going to dress this as flat as I can get it, and then we'll get it back on carburetor. But this is looking very nice indeed. It's all cleaned up, it's all jetted, base set for the pilot mixture screw and the throttle stop, and yeah, the jets are in, it's all clean. It's got a new spring, new adjuster in the top and the blanking screw, and then I've got the ethanol resistant stay up float there, fresh gasket, and I am putting crosshead screws back in, which hopefully will stop it being over torqued. And there we have it. So we're pretty much ready to put this back together. Got all the bits laid out. I've done a dry assembly. We're going to go again. I've set the float height, which is really simple with these stay up floats. This uprated float you can get from Berlin or AML, which is ethanol resistant, and it comes with a new needle as well. So I'll show you the old one. So these old plastic ones are, well, they're not exactly ethanol resistant, so they can very quickly disintegrate. You have to adjust the seat within the bowl in order to adjust the float height of them, so you'd have to heat that brass piece up and move it either by tapping it through from the bottom or tapping it further in, depending on what you need to do. Whereas the new ones, you can just bend the tab a bit like a Makuni, so that's much better. That's set now, which is just over 2 mil below the surface level of the float bowl. There's many ways to do this. Some people will hold this down with a screwdriver on the tab and stuff. The way I like to do it is hold the spindle and just lean the bowl forward. Hopefully you can see that, and then take the measurement from there. The weight of the float is enough just to get that to sit down, get the level correct. If you do it with a screwdriver, I find you can very easily put too much pressure in there and then you end up setting the float height too high. So yeah, ready to throw this together, so I'm going to do that now. A couple of points that I have changed. Like I said, I did the float and needle jet. Obviously new 5 washers everywhere. I've put a new banjo bolt in there and a new drain plug. So say new, it's out of my many spares. So this is what was in play previously. So that was the drain plug, and I think this was the banjo bolt that I removed. So yeah, got rid of those. I've got a new needle jet. Main jet is fine. a new jet holder to replace this one. Nothing really wrong with this, but that one's in better condition. I happen to have it, so that's good to go. And I've got new O-rings and new air mixture screw and throttle stop. So we're putting crosshead screws back in. This is a different place to be starting a video. I'm heading down to Martin's because I'm supposed to be getting the other BSA, the one I built for my dad, ready when my good friend Jared WEEMS turns up in less than 2 weeks' time now. And the threads for the fuel tap, or petcock, however you want to word it, are completely destroyed in that tank. We've tried a couple of fixes and we're getting close to the limit, so I still haven't heard this bike run in 8 years. I've got the carburetor rebuilt and a few other bits, but we're going to get down there, see if we can get some sort of solution temporarily put together. But yeah, on top of everything else, why do we do this to ourselves? Motorcycles, that's why. Motorcycles. Forgot to mention, we are actually in the MG as well, so Martin's going to balance the carbs for me while I'm down there. So I was going to fit an MPT tap, and I decided actually I've got these 3/8 to quarter conversion pieces.
That's
so
not.
I thought actually what I'll do is I'll just drill the tank out.
It's not actually.
And then we're going to fit these inserts. As you can see, this is nicely threaded into there.
It's not actually.
It's a really good thread that's cut quite.
It's not
quite sharp.
It's not what happened, is it?
The adapter goes in.
It's not. It's not quite what happened.
Not so much with my left hand. There's a thread there somewhere, aren't there? But yeah, so they go in there. They go in there. Just like that. Should we try the right hand? Just like that. That's a really good thread. It's not rattly. And then, a nice quarter tap. Just he drops in that hole behind. And he winds in there, doesn't he?
Put the proper taps in, but
Wind them in. And it's going to pull up nice and tight, that is, with the correct washer and the 5 washer. So that was my plan. I have got some MPT taps on the way anyway, but I can keep them for spares for the other tank if I have this same problem. And that's all fixed. I'm just going to take this blank out this side now. Martin said I wouldn't risk doing another one. So I'm going to take this one out and we're going to drill and tap that and fit the second one, and then I'll take it home and we can use some Permatex or some metal set to get those to stick in and new taps on. That's how it worked, isn't it?
see, I just remember it slightly differently. Actually.
Oh right, okay. What's your version?
I remember you going, I don't know what to do, and there's a lot of flapping, and you know. He said, oh, should I do MPT? So we got the adapters, just do it properly. And he said, no, it's going to make me sick.
I don't think I said it was going to make me
I
sick.
think you did, actually. And then just sort of, you know, you did eventually go for it on the basis that I had a BSP tap and I had the right size tap drill. So it seemed the right thing to do to actually do the job properly.
And correct it to
how it should be, yeah, with some nice inserts that you can
brass ones.
Stick in there properly, and then you've just
got good brass threads.
Yeah.
Well, that's worked out, hasn't it?
It has, isn't it?
Is the other one going to work out?
No, it's going to be a horrible mess.